Hello there, ladies and gents, and welcome. Just getting adjusted here on the chair. I think we're all good to go. I did run the OBS setup wizard and the kilobyte per second thingamajiggy that usually tells me if something's wrong. If the light's green, if the color is green, it's good. If it's red, usually bad. Last stream it was red, this time's green. So I think we're all good. I think we're all groovy. Who knows? I was thinking about getting one of those, like, what do you call them, like power link extenders. You know, the ones where you plug into the wall, you plug into your modem or router, whatever the hell you call it. Yeah, I was thinking about getting one of those. What's up there, my man? Look at Mr. John. Good to have you, my dude. Let's go ahead and bring the game up here. So, we're continuing the offensive over here at Riga. I think I'm going to go for a sustained attack, actually. I don't think he's going to be bringing in additional forces here in time. We'll be there in a day, launch the attack. I'm moving a core out over here. 2 cores, in fact. They're moving forward. I think I'll go for a sustained attack, actually. I think I can manage that. These commanders are actually fairly decent. Well, they're okay. They're okay. They have good stats, though. This guy's really nice as an engineer. Yeah, siege bonus is pretty damn handy, actually. He'll come in very handy later on. He'd be a good commander on the Italian front, actually, for all the fortresses. And I do have a main body falling behind, the main army falling behind. They're going to take... Well, actually, no, sorry, they're remaining in position. I could have them follow, but it'd be 16 days. So I figured it's actually better to remain in position, not lose cohesion unnecessarily, and likely they'll reinforce. But I think that I think the 2 corps could probably beat the army of Rennkampf, but we'll see. We have the army there to reinforce if needs be. We do have Mr. Rennkampf over here with some Vladivostok artillery. I'd love to get that heavy artillery from him. Moving forward, repair the rail line, save the Bulgarians. In fact, what I'll do is I'll leave a militia unit here. Yeah, have the militia unit do that. The actual core itself can just move on and take more of the rail line. Have them repair the rails there. Yeah, have the actual core move on as we move towards Vitebsk. Vitebsk? I don't know how you want to pronounce that. You choose a way and I'll try it. These guys are... they're just here for now. I need them to take control of the rail line, but that's okay. So let's see. We do have the Bulgarians in a pretty good position. I may bring the Bulgarian corps over here to deal with the cities on the coast. Or maybe even the fortifications over here. But soon we'll neutralize a lot of Russia's defenses here on the coast, at least in the Baltic. I did reorganize the Austrian armies over here. I'm frankly just waiting for an opportunity to use them. I've also sent their supply down here because they need to actually take supply from the depot. Moving the Romanians around, trying to take control of the rail lines, trying to move along this rail line as well. We also have... This is something I'm quite happy with, actually. So, we have a Romanian commander here, then actually in support. He's moving out. He's moving out. Yeah, I have this commander over here. This is what I was talking about last time with having multi-national commanders. Well, yeah, multinational commanders there indeed. So they can lead units of any nationality without penalty. So we have our Austrian leading 4 divisions of Ottoman cavalry. So they're actually due to arrive over here in about 11 days, and he's an active commander, which is excellent. I also do have a bit of a cavalry division moving alongside too. And then I do have the army of Eugene von Osterreich, who is also going to move up over here too. The idea is then we push on this position here. If there's a fight, then potentially Eugene can respond. But the main thing is I will... If there's an army here, then we'll deal with it. Maybe the cavalry is pushed back, but we'll see. If not, then I do actually get to sit on top of this position here. And yeah, we'll be in a great position then to take it next turn, if it's held. Or have the rails under our control, at least under our control sufficiently enough for me to move the army across quickly. We'll see. I'm hoping that we can try and take the Dreadnought that is actually being constructed here, the Dreadnought Squadron, because that would be unbelievably amazing. It would definitely help out in the Mediterranean pretty significantly. We're just waiting for our tanks to arrive over here, and then I think we're going to go ahead and get ready for the push. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe having a depot established over here at TEAW. But the problem is he'll be able to see that, so I think what we'll do then... Well, I don't know, let's see. Honestly, I'll be okay. as soon as we get to this point over here and take long leave, then we have a depot under our control. We do have Luxembourg, which is also a depot, so we'll have those there. How you doing there, Alpha? Good to have you, my man. I have started the construction of 2 new fighter battalions. We're going to be upgrading to level 3 aviation in theory next turn too, which should be good. We have our diplomats over here in the US, trying to keep the US out. The Italians are slowly moving closer towards joining the Entente. The Russians are doing Russian things. And we're looking alright. We're moving more men over here to the Caucasus. I'm going to be launching an attack over here. The mounted divisions just taking control over here. I do have this cavalry unit just moving into this position here so I can repair the rail lines if I need to or want to. And yeah, we did have the Ottomans push back to this position here, but they're reorganized. I just need them to regain cohesion, basically. Once they have cohesion, we'll see what we want to do there. He's begun to establish a depot over here, so the interesting thing is I could establish a depot here, maybe. And it depends, because frankly, at that point, well, all of this is covered by depots, and in theory is actually pretty navigable. Or at least, yeah, you can manage it, but we'll see. We also do have forces in position here. And I'm just waiting to see when the Arabs arrive. I may go ahead and send that Arab cavalry to reinforce Aqaba. It depends there, really. I'll have them deployed and utilised as we need to. Or I could actually have... In fact, what I'll do is I'll take the Arab cavalry over here and have it sent over to Medina. And then at least that's something there. So I could always have that cavalry then sent over to Arabia. He has camel brigades, which are quite interesting. But no, we're looking pretty good. We're pretty much ready to go into the next turn. I'm just giving a summary here what's going on. We do have our forces now able to move away. We did deal with the last of the Serbians here. So honestly, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. 12 days. I don't know why it took them so long, but I think that's because they supply over there. But yeah, these guys will be on the rails shortly, heading towards the Italian front. We are launching another attack down here with gas. I was a little worried about this, but it looks like the French power there indicates that it's the power of the fleet. Because, well, actually we're not aware of the power of the British force there, the British flotilla. But anyhow, I can see that there's armoured cruisers there. There's also a battle cruiser squadron in there. Australia cruiser, indeed. China cruisers as well, but obviously doesn't have to even have those assets out there. Our own assets are obviously going to come online one day. They will come online probably by 1917 once again. So that's a lesson learned with how to use a navy. We have additional Ottoman forces being raised. Plenty of mounted divisions. So as you can see over here, then we have Austrian divisions being raised. Ottoman medium artillery there. We have the other tank to be finished off next turn, I believe. Quite a few Ottoman infantry divisions. The most important thing here being the mounted divisions of Ottoman, Romanian and Bulgarian. I think I've raised all of the Austrian and German mounted divisions, so yeah, we're looking pretty good there. I'm moving the Austrian militia units over here. I figured, you know what, in all honesty, if the French do push us back, this isn't going to matter. Well, obviously because we'll have our forces in position anyway. But we are going to be launching an offensive against him, so it's not likely we're going to need it. So these guys are heading over here to the Italian front. And they're going to go ahead and get into position and just set up positions really for us. And that's going to be the idea there. In Finland, we're just waiting on this army over here. And then we'll push on towards Vyborg. And we'll see. The good news is we do have at least level 3 fortifications over here. Both forces will be able to regain cohesion, which is pretty damn handy. And we'll be able to move forward there. Yes, the Mountaineers will be for the Italian campaign. I did think about having them ready for this campaign over here. But I think it's one of those things of like, the Mountaineers are really good. Like, they are genuinely very, very good troops. But having them set up and ready to go against the Italians is actually going to be pretty damn useful. Also, it does give us a bit of a wild card for if the Entente was to land in Austria. But we'll see. I can only command so many armies. And what I'm going to be doing then is, once we do take Riga, is I will take the German armies and have them sent to the west. So we'll have pretty much the entire German army in the west, barring the forces in Finland. And even then, maybe I send some forces to Finland. I could send the GHQ in the east of Finland. And that would in theory allow me to have an army out there, so that might be a good idea. But we'll see. Alright. Right, so we captured the aviation over here. Good. These are seaplanes as well, so I can use them. I think they have greater range, but I'm not super sure. But anyhow, we have that under our control now, which is good. Capture them. So we have the third Battle of Salonika. We have the gas deployed over here. It looks like the French have not been reinforced, and it's looking increasingly in our favour here. Yeah, it's looking increasingly in our favour. Perhaps I should have gone for an all-out attack. But honestly, this is looking pretty damn good. Yeah, we can see here we suffer 36,000 casualties, almost 37 there. The French suffer 69,000 casualties. Yeah, you can see exhaustion is playing a big role on both sides. But the thing is, we just have more men than they do. We also have a lot, well, we have heavy artillery, they do not. So they have 300% trench effectiveness. We had 127% trench effectiveness. The trenches do help, as it means that we take less casualties. We have in-place artillery over here as well, which definitely helps out too. But the fact is, we just have the men here. There's quite a lot of men. And the French have not been reinforced, nor have they been withdrawn. So, if I have the option, I will just continue to attack until we destroy the French. And I think we definitely have that capability. They've lost 69k. There's only going to be about 30-odd-k of them left, so we'll attack again. And then that'd be good. Right, so we do see the Russians over here. Still 100,000 men, actually. Oh, so we do see... It looks like some reinforcements actually may have arrived out there. But yeah, we have a second Battle of Riga over here, which actually, in our favour, pretty strongly in our favour. Yeah, 34k Russians there. Yeah, it's a good start. It's not that army then, so it was another army then. Okay. Yep, we're attacking the Ottomans over here then at Tbilisi. 2,500 casualties for us, 8,900 for the Russians there. The Russians are completely exhausted. They actually do not have any trenches at all here because we've been just consistently attacking them. So yeah, that's hurting them. They're probably going to be running out of supply now pretty soon. But yeah, that's good. Got to keep attacking the Russians there. Alright. Something else has just arrived over here in the Gulf of Salonika. So there, Jan, how you doing there, my man? Alright, so we do have the Russian army, or at least a couple corps in here. So we have our own Courland pocket here. We saw a force advancing upon the Bulgarian corps. There we go, we see Brusilov here. Yeah, so Brusilov was still here then, just with some medium artillery. Just a remnant of a corps there. But we do destroy that. Oh, we have a second battle over here. That's great. I'd love to capture these howitzers if I could. Yeah, 10,000. It's not looking good for the Russians. Yeah, so if we can try and destroy that, would be ideal. Seeing cavalry over there. They're trying to get in their other airline. It looks like a force has arrived here. Oh, we have a fourth Battle of Salonika. Maybe we can destroy them here today, then that'd be really, really nice. Right, I was hoping it would go on a little bit longer there. And we can see that we're actually lacking ammunition here for our howitzers in some of these corps. But yes, again, so the French are reduced yet again. If we could get another battle, that'd be great. Hopefully we could just finish them off. But we're only on the third day, so who knows? Maybe. It's a lot like... oh, sorry, I'm just trying to read that there, John. Oh, we see British heavy artillery arriving there. Okay. I just went in with the Bulgarians. Oh, fuck. Okay, so the Russian dreadnought leaves. I don't know. Maybe it just finished. Who knows? But we've been denied the dreadnought. That's a shame. So seeing... yes, so we have a corps here. Yeah, the Bulgarians actually pushed back over here. This is a guard corps of Russians then. Yeah, these are the Moscow... Okay, so we've got guards from across the Russian nation here. So these are obviously elite infantry against 2 Bulgarian divisions and a militia division. And they actually do have a little bit of support there. Okay. He's chasing me here, or at least we're trying to get away. We do engage over here against the Tsar, actually. Yeah, we are reinforced here. Yeah, we do actually score a victory against the Tsar Nikolai II Romanov. That's good. Huzzah! Huzzah, indeed. I do wonder where he's been hanging out, but yep, we do score a nice battle there. That's good. It prevents him from gathering his men and consolidating there. We see Portuguese over here. Is he bringing forces over here? Yeah, we've divided that army as well, which is good. He is pushing back. Was that Wrangel? Wrangel? We are seeing forces over here. We do have even more reinforcements heading to Salonika. It's been important for us to win that battle before he could reinforce. Are we going to see the Russians move across? No. If I could cut this rail line here, he'd be kind of stuck. That's really what I want to be doing now. If I have that option, that would be really powerful. He does have forces, and he can obviously use the rail lines, but yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I'm fairly okay with the situation. That's not an objective over here, and if he wants to push forward, I can deal with that. We'll see. I made a mistake in my assignment, put Austrian Navy on passive. Oh, I see. Ouch. It looks like we gained some morale today. Yeah, we gained 3 national morale from battles here today, then. It's been a while since we gained some national morale from battles, so this is good. That takes us up to 93 national morale there. Very happy about that. So, let me just reload the game. Sometimes it does it where the aircraft remain. I'm in fact going to go ahead and just send this to those guys. I think they're busy right now, but it doesn't hurt, does it, eh? Damn the dreadnoughts escaping them. Maybe they'd already finished. I was going to say that... I don't know. I don't think they take that long to finish off, but yeah, maybe they had just finished off, in which case Plumber will be laughing. But hey, we tried, didn't we? Right, send that over there. Let's go ahead and bring this back up. Oh, I'm seeing the kilobytes here. This isn't good, but it's better than it was the other day. I may want to get the power link adapter in here then, just to try and make that a little bit more stable. But I guess it is what it is. Alright. Just loading back up here in a sec. There we are. So good turn for us there. Yeah, use gas 3 times at Salonika. There are some French remaining here. He does have... I think he has a fleet here. Yeah, there is a fleet over here, so he may have transports here now at last. But honestly, it may just be too late. I think I'll go for maybe an all-out attack. I think we'll go for all-out attack. Had it been an all-out attack here today, we would have been able to finish him off. I don't know why that doesn't work there, Alex. It's so weird. I'll have to find it again, but his channel is a little bit harder to find. But of course, I don't know if the video... I don't know. I don't know if he has the videos up. I'm not too sure. Obviously, I haven't checked. I'm not sure if Nomad... I'm not sure if Nomadic is actually streaming them. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not super sure. I do need to get that checked out. I've done it a couple times, but I just need to do it properly. Right, chlorine gassed. Gas, not gassed. We do have the Atlantic blockade working in our favour over here in Germany. So, actually, Germany's really looking good. Up to 91% alignment. The Austrians, they're down to 62, but at least we have been able to push down rebel alignment. Russians here at 58. What were they at? 57 or 58? Or 55 last time, I forget. French are up to 39. The French have pretty much on par rebel alignment with the Austrians. There we go, we managed to gain level 3 aviation, so we have now the advantage there. So if I do build fighter replacements, they will be the new models, so hopefully that could help us out. Looks like they've just received some... Alright. Yeah, these guys have been reinforced. They do have a supply over here, but we also do have supply to move forward. Our forces actually do have cohesion now, which is good. I'm not seeing... Well, actually, no, I'm not seeing Lawrence of Arabian there, so maybe Lawrence has moved out. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Right. Have them in there. Well, have them set to salty. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, so the Dutch have recovered an extent there. We'll have to decide what we're doing with the Dutch. It is quite amusing, but I may have... I think I probably do better having them over here because it's another two commanders for the Dutch. Also just helps me with more manpower over this side. Egypt is a bit of a harsh mistress. Right, so see... There is a British army here once again. There's a French army. Okay. Righto. So the Austrian tanks are moving there. Yeah, we have Hindenburg now with the tanks. Lovely. I don't know if we have any more. I think we've got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we have all the tank brigades over here then. Excellent. Okay. So Hindenburg could have like one more something in there. Well, we'll see. But Hindenburg's army is 2,600 power. So that's kind of scary, actually, when you think about it. I mean, this is it. Obviously, the fact we have given Hindenburg all the best stuff here. All the strongest corps. But indeed, that is like Hindenburg with as much power, or almost as much power as that one stack there. Or those two armies there. Obviously, we do have a few armies to move there. But the good news is we have Hindenburg as the pile driver there. But yeah. I think what we'll go ahead and do then is order the occupation of Luxembourg today, and then we'll drive home the offensive, I think, the turn after, perhaps. Obviously, things will have to move. I think what I'll do then is have... I don't know. Leopold's such a good guy with being a multinational commander. But we'll see how things go. Maybe he remains in position. Maybe I just hold the... Maybe I do just hold... To be honest, I think what I may do is just hold the front line here. I know that took a little while to say. But we'll see. Hopefully we can put him into a position where he needs reinforcements, but he can't easily draw them from the front line. And if he draws them from the front line, we capitalise on it. But we'll see there. The good news is we do have the Austrians over here as well. So let's see. Yeah, the Austrians there under Conrad have recovered. So that's good. It's very useful at the least. Yeah. Yeah, it's done them a lot of good having that time to rest. Obviously, these guys could be a lot better. I really wish I could have brought, like, Eugene and Conrad over here, but hey, it is what it is. 321 Preston, 3-star General. Oh, yeah. I'd have to find him. Is he Austrian? I'm not too sure. To be fair, someone mentioned a couple streams ago, sorry, about it should be easier to find commanders. Oh yeah, Mackinson. Yeah, we definitely have Mackinson at least, anyhow. Is this guy just walking? He should be on rails. Oh, he's just walking there. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we have Mackinson over here. So yeah, we're preparing for the Italian campaign. Attack the French again soon. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to create on spilling, but yeah, I know everyone wants to be correct. So... Oh, there's Brusilov now. Okay. I don't know if he has any men with him now. Maybe he doesn't. Ah, so let's take a look at the situation over here then. So, yeah. Yeah. Who knows, maybe the Dreadnought's just finished. But the... Right. Okay, so I don't have any control here, unfortunately. But, Eugene is only here, so, well, I'll go ahead and... Ooh. To be fair, if they do attack, Eugene will probably join the battle. We're seeing here 2 divisions. There's some other units over here, but what we'll do then is just hold position. And if he launches the attack, we should be reinforced by Eugene. Or I could launch the attack myself. I think what we'll do then is we'll launch the attack ourselves, and then we should have Eugene join the fight anyway. Right, I've got 2 remaining cores over here, so they can move up to potentially support as well. I do see a militia unit over here. Just got this core over here to try and gain control. This force over here is building up control of the rails. So he has broken the rail here, but what I'll do then is repair it. This unit will be over here next turn and can repair that too. Or in fact, I don't know, it doesn't particularly make that much of a difference. So there, Rekha, good to have you, my man. The Russian Revolution hasn't actually begun as of yet. They need to get to 70% before the revolution begins. But their devolution is already underway. 55 in Greece, so yeah, the Entente's definitely fighters in Greece. We're making headway in Sweden at least. I'm thinking about maybe having 2 diplomats switched over to Persia and Afghanistan because there's nothing to push me back. Obviously other than just the roles, but it might be worthwhile having 2 easy allies come in. I think so. We'll try Persia and Afghanistan then. Obviously it'll take quite a while before they'd even come in, but at least I could actually gain some allies there. Not very powerful, but they still come in handy. So, the Western Entente failed to retreat from the Battle of Salonika, yep, because they have nowhere to go. Took 3,000 prisoners there. Gained national morale there. This force was pushed out from Riga, taking 20 hits there. 400 rifles, that's 4 war supply there. We have a good amount of war supply actually. 3,800 here. Yeah. Oh yes, we actually gained 2 national morale from this victory then. Interesting how this one's 2 national morale. It's I don't know how it works it out, but it works it out in such a way. But that's okay. So we gained 3 national morale from this. So while it's cost us 2... Has it cost us 2 or 3? I think honestly we've probably made even then with the use of gas over here at Salonika. But it has to be done. We have to break them here. But the good news is once they are gone, it looks like they won't be evacuated. So it does mean that we have, in effect, destroyed a whole French army then. And it wasn't insignificant, like 150k is not insignificant. So it's a pretty big deal. Alright, keep that moving there. They can move up over here. Russians obviously been pushed back over here. Yeah. It's about 500 power here, and honestly it's pretty difficult for them. We have the hills. I also do have militia over here, so what I can go ahead and do then is place them in the garrison. This unit can sit on top of the hills over here. And oh, sorry, on top of the mountain here, just stay as they are. Yeah, they're heading out there too. So we do have some militia reinforcements. So it's a couple thousand men. Obviously they're not particularly great men, but they're still men. We will have a few more divisions available soon. So there, John. How did things go so horribly for it? To be honest, it's been really, really hard on Plumber. Plumber's on one plane as the Russians. We did have a perfect storm of like both offensive plans against the Russians. Plumber has played before, but this is his first play by email, I believe. And obviously it's really difficult for the Russians if they're suddenly faced by like pretty much 75%, if not more, of the Central Powers. We weren't pressed very hard in the West. We seem to have some bugs in the game, so we're trying to bring this campaign to an end. And then going back to a previous version of the game, just see if that helps with any issues. So there's some potential for Western Entente diplomacy to have not been working properly. So we ended up getting Romania and Bulgaria on side too, which obviously does help out a pretty considerable amount. Just remember what everyone forgets. Finish, yes. It is pretty harsh for the Russians though, right? It could be worse because I could have kept the German forces or sent more forces to the east. But we are waiting for the Russians to fall out due to the revolution. It's going to take a little while, but eventually we'll get there. Right, we'll play concessions over here in the Ottoman Empire. You know what, Jan? I'd love to build the Sinai Railway. We did try and push our forces over here, which is why we were pushed back, because I did want that rail line. I don't know if you need to have Port Said or not, but we'll find out eventually. And we do have our forces organised here, so I'll have to decide whether I want to push there. The only problem, I think maybe what I do is I just set up a depot over here and then we push. But it depends really on how many men he has out here. But if he has men out here in Egypt, it just means that he doesn't have those men in France. So, we'll see. I'm thinking anything advancing over here, visibly so, is going to have him keep forces over here in Egypt. Like, the Ottomans are not going to be on the Western Front, but these British forces could be on the Western Front. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll occupy Luxembourg here today then, so we'll go ahead and commit to it. So we'll have the occupation here. Yeah. Now that may push the Americans against us, but we'll see. Oh, right, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, winter, the original winter did help him. Let me go ahead and delete this here so I can have enough engagement points. Oh, right, okay. It's probably about military control. When I was here, I did have a decent amount of military control, but not overwhelming. So I think that's what it is. I think you need to have full control. So, yeah. What we'll do then is, I'll just make sure I've got these organised and make sure everybody's got supply. Just try and organise things a little bit better. We've got plenty enough supply to move forward, so that's good. Just waiting on the Arabs out here, but we're looking alright. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a couple of divisions over here now. Another corps commander. Well, another general, I should say. Well, that is the same general, I should say. Right, yeah, 100%, yeah. I think it's because I didn't have full control. And then he pushed me back before I did gain that control. So we do have our militia units in position so they can start working on those entrenchments. Italy is at 21%. Okay. We'll take a look at the new aviation models here, actually. So at level 3, we do gain the close air support, so unlocks a new air fighter capable of bombing operations in support of land battles, which should actually be really quite good. Existing units on the map will be upgraded. Right. Yeah, so we need replacements, but if I build the replacements the next turn, they should arrive. We're so close to having gas, but in fairness, I can't use gas this turn anyway. It would have been nice having it right now, but there you are. AGEOD games are not that hard to get into, really. They're fairly simple, or fairly straightforward, I should say. A good play by email probably would make it really compelling. Yeah, our tech is actually pretty good. Like, we're a little bit behind on some things, like the Entente is a little bit ahead there in tanks, but we definitely have the capability to catch up. Well, to actually pass them. The big thing is, though, we have tanks full, already good to go. Alright. So now the consideration comes down to, do I move this force this turn? Honestly, I think the closer we can be here, because I can move this turn, we occupy. He's going to be able to respond, but maybe he doesn't have the ability to respond. It's hard to say. I do need to get my forces in position, really, so probably moving now wouldn't hurt. Maybe he finds out, maybe he can see, but at the end of the day, it doesn't particularly matter all that much. And I need to get these armies moving. Like you can see here, Hindenburg's army did take up a couple hundred there. Yeah. So moving these armies is not going to be especially easy. Of course I could march them, but obviously that would take time. There we go. So moving the 4 German armies there just took all of our rail pool. Oh, the Sinai Railway is only buildable as the UK. Oh, that's bloody a shame. Ah, come on. Well, that kind of changes things then. Maybe I should have allowed him to take control. Because if I knew that, I would have let him take control. But then again, he would have to control it up over here as well, so... Shame. Ah, well, it is what it is. I don't have the engagement points for the East Horizon, but we'll see. Next turn, maybe. So yeah, we do have our forces moving then. What... Well, to be honest, we have the Austrians. The Austrian tanks will arrive. Could I have the Austrian tanks actually serve alongside? I think I have one of them. Maybe. Maybe I can move some cavalry corps. Oh, I have the artillery over here. I think this came from Eugene von Osterreich. So that can be placed over here then to help this second army over here. Ah, you already have that. You don't though. Importantly, this artillery gets a chance to recover. Right. I may go ahead and just take out... Let me go ahead and see here. So I've got two reserve divisions there and a mountain division. I'll have a mountain division sent to Italy. Game's a little bit slow. Well, to be fair, the game's pretty old. It hasn't really been supported for a while now. Oops. Yeah, I'm still in need of commanders here, but the good news is I have infantry divisions to replace our losses. At least to an extent. Obviously can't do forever, but you know, it does help. Did the Austrian tanks arrive? Not sure. Oh, they may just... Oh, that's them there. Okay, so they're still on the way there. Okay. Actually, what I can go ahead and do then is have this tank division, this tank brigade moved over here then. So 3 days, but at least I can actually place that with Hindenburg perhaps, and then... I don't know, I don't think it will cause too much of a penalty, but I guess we'll see. But if anything, if I can get the Austrian tank in there, that would at least help out. At least you can be in a position to do some good. The Entente is going to have tanks in production, but it's going to take some time. They're probably not that far from finishing, but we will have at least the advantage of attacking with the enemy not having tanks. So it is an advantage. Let's see. Are these the new models? Oh, these are the new models, okay. Yeah, they look pretty fantastic, actually. The good news is that this fighter battalion being under construction is already upgraded to the new model. So that's good. They're obviously going to be quite a while. Oh, yeah. Well, I've just changed diplomats over to try and bring Persia and Afghanistan in, so maybe that's an option in a later game. Right, Hindenburg. Yeah. Need some replacements over here, but at least we will gain the replacements. And it would be quite interesting having them able to help in the battles. That would be nice. I don't think I saw... Well, anyway, I haven't gone through all of this, have I? So that might be why. I'm going to say, I don't think I saw battles, aerial battles. We had some. Not many, actually. At least not against the east. Sorry, not against the west. Which is okay, at least we keep what we have there. But I obviously will need to build some replacements. Yeah, oh, hello, we have another event over here. Let's take a look at that. So we had the Fokker event played, which obviously boosted our aviation. Oh, that's really good then. So we have another one here. So Oscar von Hutte. How are you going to pronounce that? New aviation models. Cool. So, that gave me plus 75 to infantry. I can actually fund infantry now, which is good. So, if this is about 10%, I guess that one might be about... so I guess in theory I could boost our infantry by about 30% or so. Now, it's probably worthwhile considering that there's only level 4. So that's worth probably doing. I don't know, it depends really. Maybe it's worth waiting until we get to... I don't know how it works for tech. I don't know if you have a higher percentage, you're more likely to get it. I'm not sure. Or whether it's just a turn thing. But I don't know. Maybe I'll wait until I get 60, probably 70% to be sure. If I waited till that point, then at least I'd be able to instantly get it, sort of thing. I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, almost a circle design near the corpses. Alright. Well, we're looking great. Looking pretty damn good. Right, the other tank is ready. They won't arrive in time, but I'll have it sent over here. 18 days. Well, in theory, they're not going to arrive in time, but they... Well, actually, no, they should be okay. They'll arrive when the Austrians arrive over here. We'll have the Austrians moved up to this position likely, or to Luxembourg. I guess either or, we'll see. We'll see how close they are when it comes to it. But yeah. So we did see that they had moved some heavy artillery over here, but we do have pretty much all the Western heavy artillery concentrated in this clump over here. What's the weather like? The weather is playing ball for now. We're in June, so I'm hoping that the weather will play ball. But I need to produce some replacements for our reconnaissance and fighters, just so I can try and see what's going on. Right, 5 days until they arrive over there. Being glorious. Yeah. So this is it. The Serbians really are no more. It's a shame that their leaders don't disappear, so we could just have this entirely ours, but who knows. We'll launch the attacks over here again. Maybe I'll have these men moved in here just to... I'll leave the militia here. Alright. But it's good to have those events. We'll take a look at the casualties then. So the Entente obviously is gaining strength. We're at 2.6 million casualties, nearly 2.7. The Russians are at 3 million there, nearly 3.1. Entente is obviously nearly 1.1, but yeah, at 1 right now. We have here 280,000 Russian prisoners, 43,000 Entente prisoners. It's going to be an interesting series of battles, but the good news is we are due to take Salonika. The Entente is down to 60 morale right now. They've been losing a lot of morale. But it's still, well, I mean, we're up at 93, so we have quite a lot of morale to play with, actually. So it'll be rather interesting. The Entente may suffer mutinies when they get to, if they get pushed to 40 national morale. And if we can win some key battles, we may be able to push them down. And that'd be good. And this is obviously before the Americans have arrived. So, yeah, we actually do manage to push the Americans back as well. So, but I'm going to assume that with Luxembourg being occupied, then maybe that will push the Americans. We're not at war with Belgium, so at least that helps. I really wanted Greece, but I'm just not getting Greece. It's just, it's going to be difficult. it's going to be difficult. Alright. The fleet's looking good. I just need the other ships to be repaired and then we're good. I will have the Dreadnought and Battlecruiser Squadron now. It's a damn shame I didn't get the Russian one, but hey. Can't have everything right. Yeah, I moved it over here. Who knows? I mean, frankly, the Russian fleet is just bottled up over here in the Black Sea. We'll attack over this way. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Really, he should have brought the fleet over here to support him at Odessa. So Riga then is a... yeah, the fortress over here is not really much of a joke. The Russian... sorry, our force over here did obviously take casualties. But it looks like it just needs to recover cohesion more than anything else. So there's a core here. Well, there seems to be... I've been told on the forum that for some reason the Russians are not subject to the sudden death rule for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. But we'll have to wait for the revolution. But once the revolution gets underway, then I think the Russians will fall out pretty quick. So we'll probably see we're probably going to see a historic fall of the Russian Empire, but they're just obviously going to be in a significantly weaker situation. I really did want them out by 15, but it is what it is. Not much I can really do about it. So we see the Tsar over here. The good news is that we have this region under our control. I could attack Rennenkampf over here, but it depends. Yeah, the army can move up there. Oh, I don't have the rails though, that's a shame. So, I'll hold my position for now. And then when I can move the army, I'll move the army. But we have divided them. He can obviously have them blink up, but these rail lines... yeah, these... wow. Wow, the next place he could link up would be like Petrograd. Like, by rail, I mean. Obviously he could march across, but it shows you that this is a pretty important junction, actually. There's not many junctions, actually, out there. Obviously you've got Pskov over here in the north, but you need to get to Pskov. So I see some aircraft out here. Apparently some supply as well. See a regular division there. What I can go ahead and do then is send this corps up over here. Alright, so I see cavalry over here. What I'll do then is take this here, send that there. In fairness, actually, what I'll do, take that corps there. It's actually not that strong of a... I haven't been able to repair the rail line, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and initiate a counterattack. I guess have them remain here. Nine days. They'll be here in a day, so they should follow up anyway. Ooh, I can see my mouse needs charging, so I'll have to charge that shortly. The only problem we landed in Italy is the fact that we have the Italian Navy then to deal with. So, yeah, that ain't gonna go too well. So they're passive right now. "21 days to that point there." Yeah, just try and get there. If I can cut that rail line. Like I said, I'm just waiting for him to make a wrong move over here. He could choose... I mean, really... Actually, it's a little bit harder for him. It's a shame that we didn't get to cut the rail line, but he'd have to go all the way to here, and then come back down and around. I could cut... I really need this rail line cut. So he could arrive over here, but... Yeah, he needs to head out that way, and he may very well do so. It may take him too long to get to that position. In each region, each province is a day, so that's 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Well, in theory, could arrive there. Which would be quite a shame, but I guess we'll see. Alright. Check on the Finnish front. I suggest have a decent force out here, actually, but I think we do have enough to just force it. So it was worth waiting for the reinforcements. Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to wait for them to regain cohesion. That's alright, we'll wait. Wait for them to gain that cohesion, and then we're good. So, they'll have the benefit there, but that's okay. I could always potentially use gas if I wanted to. I don't think they... I mean, to be honest, really what he should have been doing over here with the Baltic fleets is... he could have just simply... Do they help out with... only if they're attacking, okay. Yeah, he could have had his forces... Sorry, he could have had the fleet actually support his men over here. He could have landed additional reinforcements. I'll go ahead and move this over here. May as well send another force in there, eh? But yeah, the good news is we gain supply through the ports. Also, Finland helps us a little. But yeah, we mainly gain supply through the forts. Through the ports. I wish bloody Helsinki would give up, but you never know. Maybe it might happen next year. I would need to have some pretty significant artillery, I think. That continues to be under siege. Yeah. It's a pretty rough situation for the Russians here, because they are being pressed in multiple positions right now. Obviously, I'm not really using these Austrians, or maybe I should send these Austrians elsewhere, but it doesn't hurt to have a force that can check him here. I may send some reinforcements to the south, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe Jan. I mean, this is it. Maybe he doesn't. That's a fair thing to say. But he could have had them support him with their guns. But it's one of those. He may just simply fear that the High Seas Fleet... But he has sent them out a couple times, so... And they are obviously significantly weaker than the High Seas Fleet. So I'm probably not being fair. Right. Couple more divisions out here. I do, of course, have... These men move really quickly. Yeah. What we'll have to try and do, and the really nice thing is the fact that this is just a city over here, is if I could have some a decent force over here and just march down into the valley. I could take that position there, which would cut these two off, which would be nice. So they're evil. Good to have you, my man. We did fight 2 more battles over here at Salonika. The French are almost gone out here. We won the Battle of Riga. We won a battle here against actually the Tsar and this force of Rennenkampf actually consolidating. We managed to reach the position over here, but the Russian dreadnoughts did actually manage to get out, which is a shame. But oh well, what can you do? Seriously, sometimes it's so easy to give an incorrect order when the system works around Dragon, but you tend to be down here usually. Right. And we've also ordered the occupation of Luxembourg. So, yep. I'm going to go ahead and actually purchase some replacements now. Yep. Let's go ahead and order them. I'm really just going to be going, not for naval bombers, that's for damn sure. Right, fight. Oh, that's level bombers. Apparently I can get level bombers, then that's good to know. Where the fucking hell is this fighters? Are they just considered level bombers now? Is that is that how it goes? So that looks like the fighters. I'm gonna guess that is. I don't see anything else. I guess it is, unless I can build a new type of aircraft. Oops, wrong one. Right, so we have a... I guess that's what it is then. Okay. Nice. Well, anyway, we have them there. I mean, I could order a construction of 2 more, really, if I wanted to, but... Well, no, actually, no, I can't. Damn. Would have been really... I don't know. If I'd have been raised in state funds, I could have built a lot more stuff, but hey, we have been fiscally conservative this entire time, and we're not going to damn well change now. So I guess we'll build level fighter bombers. Yeah. I don't know. Build a couple. Not too many, because I can't win the air war right now, depending on how much is gone. Right. I can't raise new generals, which is a shame. Do we have all the mountaineers? I guess so. We'll go ahead and raise some Dutch divisions. Could do with some more Romanian commanders, actually. There we go. So, we've got some replacements, we've got some Dutch divisions, some Romanian divisions being produced then, so I'm alright with that. I think, if anything, it does help with... let's see, I think I will send the Turks, sort of Dutch, goddammit, too many armies. Too many nationalities. Have them sent home. That's a long trek. That's 120 days on rails. That's well, actually, no. I say not on rails. They have to march out, which takes the longest amount of time. But yeah, we'll have them eventually sent home then. At least then they can help to hold the Netherlands. Really, the weakness is Rotterdam and The Hague. So if I can just concentrate forces around there, that'd be good. Having a couple more divisions will help. The terrain's pretty good for us. Like, we have, I don't know, I can't quite see this. We have marshland over here. Yeah, so the coast is mostly marshland. So it's good defensive terrain, but you need to have, like, a decent amount of men there to hold it. I'd love to use the mod, I really would. I just need to see if I can fix some issues with it. Like, for some reason, I can't read this down here. Like, it just doesn't show me any notifications. So it's just... And then when you see battles, you don't see, like, the actual battle graphics with the numbers. So it's stuff like that that can actually be really useful for gaining information. Also, if you feel like you're playing a game. Alright, so... Okay, I think we're pretty good. I do wonder where that other French army went. Not sure. So what we'll do then is move the German armies over here then to Trier. Luckily the munitions factory will be finished next turn too, which is very handy. These are 80-odd days. Yeah, so we'll have some additional munitions factories there to go soon. We do have 3,600 munitions right now. As soon as I can, I will send these forces from Riga back home. Yeah. Really, we're just going to have to see what happens. I will be very curious to see how the French react. Well, how Nomadic will react here. Very interesting. Well, very interested, I should say. We'll use gas here. Obviously our gas will not be that great, but it will help. We've got all the heavy artillery I can get right now. Obviously I could build more, but I can't really afford it. That's the difficult thing when you're playing with raised and zero state funds. But it does help. Like, our national morale is significantly higher now because, well, we haven't had many turns of raising state funds. So it does hurt in the fact that you can't raise that many men. You have to be quite disciplined. And you can see that we did get our asses kicked in the air war because obviously I didn't raise any... I didn't raise or didn't replace them. Should build more fighters at some point, but hey. Let's see. That's such a good thing to have, but I will have that division sent to the mountains. But saying that, I do have a couple mountaineers I need to send elsewhere, so... Feck it, they can just stay here for now. I'll need the men after all. I'm curious, very curious to see how the cavalry performs. I'm gonna say probably not super well, but who knows, who knows. I think in the end, we raise more men. The cavalry, I don't know, they'll have a purpose somewhere along the line. We'll see. And frankly, we don't really get to see how cavalry perform because everybody's inclined to produce more infantry divisions. But we have seen cavalry divisions, cavalry corps actually land a huge amount of casualties on infantry forces before. So I guess we'll see. We really will be the Huns on this one. But yeah, at least, to be honest, I may only be able to move the German armies, and then I can move about 4 German armies then. But I don't know, I may not have enough rail capacity. We'll see. I will have to see. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. Like, of course, with Hindenburg's army, we're moving It's only 120,000 men. But we're moving super heavy guns, we're moving howitzers, and then tanks. Like, these weigh 20 by themselves. Yeah. Maybe I can put some artillery in there or something. Or an Austrian tank. Whichever, really. I don't know. I've got to hope that the tanks are worth it. I've got to hope so. I'd like to think that they will be. But everybody's good to go. I mean, we've got good commanders here at the end of the day. Yeah. Hindenburg's a very good commander. Our man here used to command the guards, but we have new guards now. But he's a good commander there. I could have potentially chosen everybody as the best corps commanders, but it's okay. They'll be in the other armies as well. Mass artillery is such a bloody good thing. And the fact that we have mass artillery over here is just so bloody good. Because this is a, yeah, plus 10% offensive fire and plus 1 initiative if active. That's so good. Yeah, see, actually the interesting thing is it says about the stack. Like, I don't know if that applies only to his corps or whether it applies to the army. I'm not too sure about that one. I'd probably say the corps, but it says the stack, so the stack would imply the stack. In which case we'd have that initiative there. We do have our super heavy guns. Yeah, so they're initiative 11. Range 7. I swear to God they used to be 8. Oh, were they ever 8? Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn I remember them being like 8. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have upgraded and I've not noticed. I'm not sure. Maybe they've just always been 7, I've just not been aware. But you can see that we have initiative 11. Yeah, their penetration there is 8. Firepower is obviously good. Compare that to the level 3 howitzers. Yeah, the howitzers actually have maybe more firepower, but then again, there is a lot more guns in here. Like, have 36 of them. They don't have the same protection. They have no protection. They have 6 penetration, so it's 2 better than before. Oh, actually, so they have 8 initiative, so the super heavy guns will fire. I think 7's the longest range that we have. Maybe there might be medium artillery that has greater range than that. But I think we'll fire first. At least the super heavy guns will fire first, which could make a pretty big difference. Where's Hermann von Francois? He is... Oh god, I don't know. Honestly, there's that many commanders now. I could not say exactly where he is. He's somewhere. We've raised obviously new generals since then. I need you. Oh, there's Oscar. Oh, there's Richthofen. Another Richthofen. Another von Ostrich. Julius Kaiser. Amazing name. That's a true Chad name. That's a true Chad jaw. I know super heavy artillery in the mountains. Because of game mechanics. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, really. I feel bad for the guys trying to move super heavy artillery into the mountains. That must be a lot of fun. But we'll see. I think we've got everything going for us that we can have going for us. I think the offensive is going to surely lead to a lot of dead men. But there's really not anything else I can do. I mean, really, I could just sit on my hands and just not launch an offensive. But hey, we're trying to enjoy the game, so we'll go ahead and do it. But there are things in our favour. Like, we have the tanks, we have the artillery. We've got the infantry, obviously he's got that too. We've got the aircraft now. Obviously, I just need to get the replacements down to the front. But in theory, they may be able to aid in combat. Who knows? Yeah, it'd be lovely to search the Atlas of commanders. It really would be. But yep, the battle will take place around here, around the Argonne. Well, this is the Argonne here, but you know what I mean. We'll see. So we have a 3-2-2 in command of the British Army there. I'm not sure about Auguste de Baal in terms of his stats. But we have better commanders. So we see a 3-2-1, 3-2-1, 4-3-2, 3-1-1. So those commanders there are not very good defensive commanders. Yeah, I can imagine. Now the French with 2,800 power stuck there. Oh, bloody hell. But yeah, this is it. So we have... yeah. There's a lot of power. Like, Hindenburg's a 765, we've got a 552, 413, obviously the 413 has been weak there. If I'm not lazy, maybe I'd switch out those two core commanders, but they do have useful traits, and I can't also be arsed. Yeah, an army of lions led by rabbits. Generally, our commanders are better. Or at least they do have better stats. We'll see. Kleist leading cavalry there, I think, or at least, or he may be. No, actually, no, he's leading infantry, I should say. We do at least have division, like reserve divisions here. I think that's going to be a pretty key thing to be able to have reserves pushed in there. So what we'll have to go ahead and do is get the reserves up when we can and just have them placed into the course, have the units that are damaged taken out and recovered. It's all about keeping that tempo, really. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It will be interesting to see how the Entente reacts. I mean, I can see here, so 1 French army, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, no. It's got 2 armies there, so yeah. So we've got. No, sorry, I might be wrong. So yes, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe like 8 armies there. He probably has more. Well, we did see a French army down this way, didn't we? Obviously, we were attacking that. We did see a French army over here, but it could be on the way back. So who knows? The British probably have a couple armies, so he may match us in terms of armies, but it's about where they are. I've got the 4 German armies coming in over here. We've obviously got 2 Austrian armies there, so that gives us 6 armies total. Obviously, a shitload of corps. We have armies on the front line as well. But the main thing is, it's like, I'm going to have at least 4 German armies going through here. Oh, I share a CC William R. Marshall there. Well, I have that as a first name, so he can suck it. Not a surname for everybody, and I do get sick of being asked that. But anyway, so we have those 4 German armies pushing up. Obviously, they're going to be supported by the Austrian armies. There is another German army in the area too. So we will at least match, if not outnumber the Entente. Depends on how many and how far away they will march the standard guns. An interesting thing is, yeah, these are all corps within the army. Obviously, we have a lot of free corps as well, independent corps. Maybe next turn. Yeah, maybe next turn. I'll have to see how it works regarding Luxembourg. He could obviously move his men around here, but if he overreacts to them, we'll get to see how it goes. Maybe there's another point of weakness on the line, but we'll see. The reason why I like Longwy is the fact that there's no river, so it's not going to gain any benefit from a river. A river isn't going to slow us down. It's directly on the rail line with Luxembourg, so we have it on the depot there. Longwy itself is the depot as well, so we'd have two depots there. Well, we'll see. It will be mightily interesting. I do wonder how it will play out across the wider world, really. So there are British forces around, obviously some French, obviously not much in Africa. Maybe it's probably not taken a lot from over here. But in Egypt, obviously has a decent amount of British forces over here. I don't know if it's reinforced it. We did see some French not so long ago, so we'll see. Yeah. And just as all this is going on, we have the Russians on the back foot. You know, the Russians suffered a couple of defeats this turn again. We're in some pretty good positions. And we're pushing them in Finland as well, which is good. Well, we will be pushing them in Finland. That's a decent force over here, actually. Yeah. He may have a force in the city itself, but I don't think it is. I think it's outside. So I think it was worth waiting on the other corps to arrive, perhaps. It depends. I'm surprised I don't have more information over here, actually, considering I have aircraft, but there you go. But yeah, if we can get to Petrograd, that'd be great. That really would be great. I love how they cut that off. Alright, so this is where we'll call it here for today. So thank you for watching there, ladies and gents. I hope to see you again in the next turn, really. And hopefully in the next turn. So that's when we'll at least order the offensive. Hopefully I have enough rail capacity. We shall see. A wise man would save some rail capacity, but I'm not. So we'll see how it goes. I think we'll be able to get them in. We may suffer from traffic penalties, but we'll see. Frankly, we're going from Coblenz, how you want to pronounce it, yeah. At least then we only have to go through Luxembourg. If he tries to move, I don't know. Best case scenario would be that he tries to move to Luxembourg, but I doubt it's going to do that. I think it's going to be quite happy in his fortifications. The Western Entente has level 5 fortifications, so his artillery will be particularly deadly. But it is what it is. We at least do have level 6 fortifications, which obviously do help us out even more so. So the good news is once we do get into a position, I can actually lock it down more than he can. But yeah, we'll see. Until next time, thank you. It's going to be a terribly bloody battle, but we'll do our best and we'll use gas. So, until next time, thank you and goodbye. Take care. Like the video. That'd be great.